In a world filled with constant communication and instant reactions, have you ever wondered if sometimes the best response is no response at all? How many times have you regretted saying something in the heat of the moment, or felt drained by engaging in endless arguments and debates? How often have you wished you could just stay silent and calm in the face of provocation, criticism, or conflict? Silence is often overlooked or undervalued as a form of communication. We live in a world full of noise and chatter, where we are constantly bombarded with information, opinions, and stimuli. We feel pressured to keep up, to respond, to share, and to react. We fear that if we don't, we will miss out on something important, or we will be seen as rude, ignorant, or indifferent. However, silence can be more powerful than words in many situations. Silence can allow us to collect our thoughts, calm our message, listen actively, show respect, and create impact. Silence can allow us to collect our thoughts. Sometimes when we're looking for the right words to express our feelings, taking a moment to gather ourselves can be helpful. Being able to communicate clearly is key to getting our message across. Silence can allow us to calm our message. If you're feeling anxious, excited, frustrated, agitated, taking a moment of quiet to collect ourselves can be helpful. This doesn't mean we have to not express our feelings. In fact, taking a moment of silence could help us communicate our emotions better. Silence can allow us to listen actively. Effective communication often breaks down when the listener is busy formulating their response in their head instead of really listening to what the other person has to say. Pausing and focusing on the deeper meaning of what the person is trying to convey can help you comprehend and understand before responding. Silence can show respect. In some cultures, silence can signify respect, reverence, or humility. For example, in Japan, silence is considered a sign of politeness and attentiveness. In some religious traditions, silence is used as a way of honoring the divine or the sacred. Silence can create impact. Silence can also be used strategically to emphasize a point, create suspense, or invite participation. For example, a speaker may use silence before or after delivering a key message to draw attention and elicit a response from the audience. Non-engagement is a communication strategy that involves deciding not to respond to someone or something that does not serve your best interest. It is not the same as ignoring or avoiding, which can be passive-aggressive or disrespectful. Non-engagement is an active and conscious decision that requires self-awareness, self-control, and self-respect. When you are dealing with toxic or abusive people who are trying to manipulate, provoke, or hurt you, responding to them may only fuel their negativity and give them more power over you. By choosing not to engage, you are protecting yourself and your boundaries. When you are facing criticism or feedback that is unconstructive, unfair, or irrelevant, responding to such comments may only waste your time and energy and lower your self-esteem. By choosing not to engage, you are focusing on your own goals and values. When you are involved in a conflict or disagreement that is unlikely to be resolved or productive, responding to such situations may only escalate the tension and damage the relationship. By choosing not to engage, you are preserving the peace and harmony. When you are exposed to information or opinions that are inaccurate, misleading, or biased, responding to such sources may only create more confusion and misinformation. By choosing not to engage, you are exercising your critical thinking and discernment, Non-engagement can have positive outcomes for yourself and others, such as saving you time, energy, and stress that you can use for more meaningful and rewarding activities. Enhancing your emotional intelligence and communication skills by learning when to speak up and when to stay silent. Improving your self-confidence and self-esteem by honoring your needs and preferences. Inspiring others to follow your example and adopt a more mindful and respectful approach to communication. How no response can help you grow and thrive. No response is a form of silence that can have positive effects on your health, mental state, and brain function. Some of the benefits of no response are lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and muscle tension, improving concentration, creativity, and memory, becoming calmer, less stressed, and more self-aware, increasing patience, compassion, and respect. You are dealing with information or opinions that are inaccurate, misleading, or biased. Responding to such sources may only create more confusion and misinformation. By choosing not to respond, you are exercising your critical thinking and discernment. You are facing criticism or feedback that is unconstructive, unfair, or irrelevant. Responding to such comments may only waste your time and energy and lower your self-esteem. By choosing not to respond, you are focusing on your own goals and values. You are involved in a conflict or disagreement that is unlikely to be resolved or productive. Responding to such situations may only escalate the tension and damage the relationship. By choosing not to respond, you are preserving the peace and harmony. You are exposed to toxic or abusive people who are trying to manipulate, provoke, or hurt you. Responding to them may only fuel their negativity and give them more power over you. By choosing not to respond, you are protecting yourself and your boundaries. No response can also help you develop important skills and qualities such as self-control. No response requires you to resist the urge to react impulsively or emotionally. It helps you manage your impulses and emotions in a healthy way. Emotional intelligence. No response allows you to understand your own feelings and motivations, as well as those of others. It helps you empathize and communicate effectively with others. Personal boundaries. No response enables you to define your limits and expectations, as well as respect those of others. It helps you assert your needs and preferences without compromising your values or integrity. No response is not only a personal choice, but also a social one. It can have consequences that go beyond yourself and affect others around you. Sometimes, these consequences can be positive and create a ripple effect of change. Silence is not only a personal choice, but also a relational one. It can have an impact on how we interact and connect with others. Sometimes, this impact can be positive and empowering. We have learned why silence and non-reaction are powerful tools for personal growth and spiritual development, how to practice them in your daily life, and when to use them wisely and appropriately. We have also discussed how choosing not to respond can create a ripple effect in relationships, conflicts, and social dynamics. We have seen how no response can enhance communication, active listening, and empathy. We have also examined how no response can be a strategic communication tool that can influence social change and media attention. We hope that this documentary has inspired you to reconsider your default response patterns and explore the power of no response in different situations. We invite you to try out the tips and exercises we have shared and see how they can transform your life and relationship. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration. May the power of no response bring harmony, clarity, and profound transformation to your life and the lives of those around you.